As of April 28, over 234 million people in the U.S. have received at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine, accounting for 43% of their overall population. According to calculations, the U.S. has already ordered more than 800 million vaccine doses, which means there are over 100 million doses that won't be used if everyone in the U.S. gets vaccinated. Facing rampant COVID-19 waves, the U.S. initiated Operation Warp Speed as early as May 2020 to accelerate vaccine development for the country. The U.S. government subsidized COVID-19 vaccine candidates to speed up their research and signed advance purchase agreements with the largest manufacturers. By the end of July, the U.S. will likely have 300 million or more excess doses of vaccines authorized in the U.S. and European Union. However, people's willingness to receive vaccinations in the U.S. is declining.
States like Ohio, Texas, and Florida, some locations are closing. The CDC says the average number of daily COVID shots dropped 18%.
Even so, the U.S. does not seem willing to share its stockpile of vaccines with the world. The U.S. is one of the world's 4 major producers of coronavirus vaccines, along with China, India, and the European Union, but the only one that has not exported a significant number of doses. Up to March 2021, the U.S. produced 164 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines but exported none of them. By contrast, the European Union has exported 42% of its total 110 million doses produced. Chinese producers Sinovac and Sinopharm have exported over 100 million doses. In addition to stockpiling nearly all of its vaccine doses produced in the U.S. used the Defense Production Act to ensure the supply of raw materials needed for vaccine production. A vaccine expert told GT that the U.S. has an absolute monopoly of mRNA technology. That is why the U.S. imposed the export ban at the moment of emergency. The ban ensures that U.S. producers like Pfizer receive an adequate supply of materials for the manufacturing process. The U.S. has been widely criticized for its conduct in the international community. Under the pressure from the international society, the White House recently announced that the U.S. will share 60 million doses of AstraZeneca vaccine with other countries in the coming months. However, the safety of AstraZeneca vaccines has aroused concerns. After the vaccine was put into use, side effects including blood clots have occurred. 15 countries in Europe have banned the use of AstraZeneca vaccine.
Germany, France, Spain and Italy are all taking the precautionary measure of suspending use of the vaccine because of fears about possible side effects, including blood clots.
The vaccine has not been authorized in the U.S. and will likely never be used in the U.S.
And given AstraZeneca is not authorized for use in the United States, we do not need to use AstraZeneca in our fight against COVID over the next few months.
According to the New York Times, currently tens of millions of AstraZeneca vaccines are sitting idly in American manufacturing facilities, waiting for clinical trial results. On May 5, the U.S. announced it will waive COVID-19 vaccine patents. However, it won't quench the world's thirst. Even with patent waivers, it will take too long for developing countries to actually start producing vaccines. The U.S. should share their vaccine stockpile with those in desperate need.